welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. Today, we were going to come back and have a look at the Champions League group, or the first knockout round. Why am I so confused by what's going on? It's because Esposito has just signed a new contract. I didn't offer him a contract. I don't know what happened. I am assuming the director of football looked at it and went, well, Esposito's contract's running out. We should probably offer him one. And he wouldn't talk to me. He had no interest in speaking to me. But Esposito has signed a new contract. So, I guess he's staying for another 4 years. Woohoo! He's also taken a pay cut. So, sometimes getting your director of football to do your signings, not a terrible idea. I think Roma still have to pay 185k a week, even though he's only getting 160k. So he won't be happy when he comes back that he's going to be losing 25 grand a week. But we don't have to pay his wages. We're still getting 5 million. Yeah, we're getting 5. So it's going to be 6 million. 6 million, is it? Yeah, monthly fee. Yeah, so it's actually 6 million, not 5 million. So we're going to be getting 6 million from them, plus they have to pay his wages. We don't have to pay his wages, and when he comes back, we're saving money on his wages. Oh, he is, however, hemorrhaging value. But I thought I'd come back because I was so excited. We'll just play the Fenerbahce game because we're here already. We did lose to Dusseldorf in the last game, the game we just played. Dubois scored a hat trick. I don't know what happened. I gave Horvath, Delict, and Alexander Michael the week off because they were all exhausted. As you can see, Kasha played at right back. He plays at right back every now and again for Hungary. He's not that great there. Gentile was fucking terrible. Oh, Gentile was at fault for the first goal. He came off straight away. He was supposed to play 45 minutes. I forgot to sub him off. He passed the ball to Dubois. There was literally nobody around. We just passed the ball to Dubois and Dubois scored. So that wasn't ideal. Fonseca. I think I'm going to send Fonseca out on loan. Possibly. Maybe. He's just been absolutely atrocious this season. Gracia also had a poor game, which wasn't ideal. I still think Catrone is probably going to leave. He did score, but Kyle George, he's been. How is 6.62 overall 6.63? He's not been great. I think we do loan out Fonseca, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to decide. I don't know, but we will be back in just a second for the Fenerbahce game, and then we will hopefully be looking at the knockout round draw, because it's the first knockout round, right? Yeah, first knockout round is the next one. So that's when we're going to come back. We'll come back for the Fenerbahce game, see if we can qualify for the first knockout round, and celebrate Esposito's new contract is why I brought you back, because I thought we were going to lose Esposito for free. Turns out we're not. So, woo! Alright, back in a second for the Fenerbahce game. Might as well play it, because, it's important. And, yeah. I don't want to get knocked out of the Champions League. I really don't want to get knocked out of the Champions League. That would be terrible. Right, fellas, back now for the Fenerbahce game. As I said, we were just going to play this because it's the group decider. And the unexpected news of Esposito signing his contract was enough to bring me back. So, it's a must-win for us. Unless, I think if we lose, Fenerbahce qualify and we drop to the Europa League, which nobody wants. We have played one game since you were here last, and that was against Hamburg. Beat them 3-0. Horvath, Kyle George, and Baramo all scoring. Because my window. There's a lot of noise outside. Yeah, we played quite well in this game. They had a player sent off in the 37th minute. Didn't really take advantage of it all that much. Left my substitutions quite late. As you can see, Arne Meyer, he's not making it into the team as much as he used to, which is quite unfortunate. The other playmakers are just playing out of their skins this season. And we do have our third round Pokal draw. It's against Bochum. So we should win that one fairly comfortably. Having said that, I did say the same about, where's the 1860 Munich game? It said about 1860 Munich, and that was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. So, team selection for today. We have Bingham in goal, even though I considered starting Marcus Antonio. It's not going to happen. Horvath and Michael are going to play as our wingbacks. Alec is on the mend. He is 3 weeks away from coming back. He has fallen a small bit with that injury. It's kind of killed a lot of his progression. He is 22, so he's still quite young. His physicals have dropped a little bit. But Michael is going to play on the left. De Ligt and Gavardal as our normal centre-back partnership, with Kasha starting in defensive midfield as the halfback, as he has been for the majority of the season. Kasha has been fantastic. Sabozlai and Eduardo Luiz are going to start in central midfield. Gracier is going to start on the wing with Finiscus on the other side. Catrone starting up front. Catrone has been in terrible form. I might actually have a chat with him about that if I can. I can't. I think I must have already talked to him about it. Maybe if we don't play him as maybe play him as complete forward. Yeah, complete forward is probably the way to go. Kyle George is in the better form. Yeah, actually, we're going to play Kyle George because he has interest from Man City and Real Madrid. There's a chance that he'll end up leaving us, which would be quite nice. Bramo is suspended for this game because of accumulation of yellow cards, I would imagine. We have had a bid for Dabo, who decided he wanted to leave because he's not been getting enough first team football. And to be fair, he's had one game. We started him in one game. Don't think he played the full 90. Actually, I want to check. Did he play the full 90? He did not. He played 75 minutes. We took him off. He was terrible. He's just not even making the bench. He was an unused substitute against Fortuna Düsseldorf, and we lost. How did we get on? Did we beat Werder Bremen? We did. Okay, so we beat Werder Bremen. He's not the curse, but he was one of the worst players on the pitch in that game. That being said, we're going into this game against Fenerbahce to play against Ryan Cassidy. I'm wearing a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Squid, which is a weird fish shirt. So it's kind of poetic that we're playing Ryan Cassidy today of all days. I did take a little bit of I took a day off. We had visitors, so couldn't record the second part of this episode. But now we're here, and we have two Hungarians in our midfield with a Brazilian alongside them. That's how you know you've made it. Two Hungarians and a Brazilian in your central midfield. That is and a Brazilian on the wing and a Brazilian up front, and our Czech, we've an all Czech winger or right side. Whereas a couple of years ago we had an all Canadian left side. We're very focused on our nationalities here. Not many Germans in our team though. Expect nothing but a win. Assertively telling everyone that I have faith in them. I have faith in all of you. Except for Kyle George, I expect to see quality finishing. He listened keenly, but that's not going to score us goals. Also, no Cassidy in the Fenerbahce team today. Vinicius Jr. almost hits a goal. We've already had 3 shots in the first 2 minutes. 1 half chance already. They've had 22% possession, and the majority of that probably was their keeper holding the ball there. Kasha over to Gavardal. Eduardo Luiz does a beautiful 360. Can't quite find Gracier. And Fenerbahce have taken the lead from a break, which is not ideal. I think, as I said, it's going to put Fenerbahce through if they win this game. We cannot allow that. That is the opposite of what we want. Igor Killman. Okay, this is not. Oh, Sabozlai beautifully takes the ball off the foot of the Fenerbahce player. Eduardo Luiz puts Vinicius Jr. through. Gracier. Horvath. Gracier. Someone's offside. Was it Gracier or was it Kyle George? Oh, it was Kyle George. I don't see how Kyle George was even remotely involved in that. A big looping header just gets over Bingham. Thankfully, hits the post and comes back out. We conceded there. I would have been furious. I'm already less than pleased as it is. We've had he's a Kosovan who scored against us. Should be an easy one for Bingham. It is. Delict back to Bingham. This has like own goal written all over it. Eduardo Luiz, an attacking advanced playmaker, playing rather deep, and Szoboszlai, not a great pass there. We do have players pressing, trying to win the ball back, and we do win it because of a poor pass. Gracier out to Horvath. What's Horvath going to do? Gets it back to Kasha. Eduardo Luiz, Szoboszlai, Kasha, Eduardo Luiz. Gets it out to Alexander Michael Gracier, and he's headed over. It's not the one. Okay, I've already shouted at the players. Oh, Vinicius Jr. takes it off Odin. Gets it into Eduardo Luiz. Kasha. Gets it out to Horvath. Gets Gracier. Gracier! Daniel Gracier. I think Sidney Lobo has taken a bit of a disliking to Daniel Gracier recently. His star rating has dropped half a star. Or his potential has dropped half a star. His current ability hasn't, but I think he's still a rather good player. So I picked him over Piejo, and I sold Piejo to Ajax for 40 million. So, we did quite well in that one. But Vinicius Jr. just puts it over. And Roma are beating Standard Liège. As we can tell by the fact that Standard Liège are back down to 1 point. We are going to ask for a little bit of passion. Horvath is getting tired, but he's playing relatively well. Garvidal's not having a great game. We do have Alpha Jr. and Gentile on the bench. We've had 20 shots, and we're drawing 1-1. Vedat Marikwi, he's the Kosovan. He's 32 years old now. Still, physically, quite good. Disappointed? I am really disappointed. Going to make a difference. Vinicius Jr., I am not happy with your performance. Garvidal, same. Both fired up. That's fantastic. Kai George, not happy with your performance. You need to play better, Kai George, because you're the one trying to leave the club. And we want to make some money off you. As it is right now, I don't think people are going to be interested in buying a striker who's hit or miss. Deniz gets dispossessed by Horvath. Szoboszlai gets to... Oh, I've taken too long. Eduardo Luiz gets it to Vinicius Jr. Back to Eduardo Luiz. Kasha. Szoboszlai. Eduardo Luiz. Kasha. Playing triangles in the midfield. Kai George picks it up and he slots it past the keeper. 6th of the season. Kai George. Get in. So as it stands right now, we pulled clear of Fenerbahce. We just can't afford to lose, basically. That's the way the cookie crumbles at the moment. If we lose, that's it. We're into the Europa League and we cry. Although, to be fair, we've won the Europa Conference League. We've won the Champions League. We've never even played in the Europa League. So maybe winning the Europa League... Oh, Gracier, that was terrible. Maybe winning the Europa League would be something new and fun and we haven't done before. I don't want to do it, but, if we fall into having to play in the Europa League, that's what I'm going to spin it. Like, oh yeah, we wanted to win the Europa League because we already won the Conference League and we've won the Champions League, But Kai George, don't think he wants to play in Europe. I think if we dropped into the Europa League, Kai George would definitely be out the door as quickly as possible. He would be like, I don't care how much Man City want to pay, you sell me now. Because we did have an offer of 72 million, I think it is. What's his value? I think it's 72. Yeah, we had an offer of 72 million for Kai George, and I rejected it because I'm not selling him for 72 million. Even though he wants to leave, I still want to make money off him. Eduardo Luiz has a shot that pings off one of the Fenerbahce defenders. Kasha beautifully passes to Horvath, Kai George, and Gracier. The two of them get involved. Both scoring today. It's Gracier's second of the game. if I'm not mistaken. And Caio George has also gotten himself a goal. Vinicius Jr. is not playing well, so I think we're going to move Gracier to the left, make him an inverted winger on that side, because his crossing is better than his finishing, which is just his finishing is increasing, but still not great. Vinicius Jr. is going to come off for Catrone, make him a Raumdeuter, because he seems to like doing that. Garvidal, you're not playing well. I'm going to take you off for Alpha Jr. because I like Alpha Jr. I'm going to leave him as defend. His aggression on Alpha Jr. makes him so that he's a decent option as defend. Seeing as how aggression is something that is not necessarily required, but something that's preferred. So I like playing him in the defend one. Gracier going for his hat trick, gets tackled and does not score his hat trick today. Well, not yet anyway. Szoboszlai gets the ball to Kasha. Kasha out to Catrone. Horvat, who's been absolutely dominating the wing today. Shouldn't have said it. I should not have said it. Just passed it back to Kaduaglu, who then puts it. Okay, yeah, he put it wide. Did not hit one of our defenders and go wide. So, that's all good in the hood. Szoboszlai is going to come off for Vincink, and Vincink's going to go as a box to box. So we have a very young midfield trio now. If Fabian Arp was fit to play, he would have come on and we would have made Eduardo Luiz di Mazzella, and we would have had quite possibly the youngest central midfield we could put together. And that was a terrible, terrible blunder from our defence. What happened here? So Kaduaglu comes along. Bingham tries to stop it, and then De Ligt doesn't quite stop Meriki from scoring, and now Fenerbahce are on top. I don't like being a negative Nancy, but Vincink gets it to Eduardo Luiz. Gracier picks it up, cuts inside, gets it across, and Catrone is headed over. Right. Inside inverted winger. We're going to swap the two of them back around and make Catrone an inside forward on this side. I did consider taking Caio George off, but I didn't. And now I'm hoping he gets a goal. Okay, he's not going to get a goal from there. Kasha, the halfback. Oh, what a goal by the halfback. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that a halfback would be that far up when he's supposed to be basically another central defender? Kasha's just outside the box, just not a bother. Ahead of who I couldn't see who that was. But we are going to give the lads a bit of praise. 4-2. We should, in theory, be comfortable from here. There is only 30 seconds left. Don't think they're going to score 2 goals against us. They've had a player sent off. No, just booking. Just yellow. The way the camera panned, it looked like he was getting sent off. Horvat is going to take his time with this one. I wouldn't mind if he got a forward and we tried to score another goal. Eduardo Luiz out to Catrone. Can Gracier scores hat-trick? Not Eduardo Luiz. Takes it on his left foot. I know he's left-footed, but that was never, ever going to work. Caio George, De Ligt, Horvat, back to Vincink, and to be fair, that went on for... Oh, we had 41 shots! Woo! 2 clear-cut, 5 half chances. To their 1 half chance. We deserved this one. They did hit the woodwork more than we did. And they had more fouls than us. That is very unlike our team. We've had 12 offsides. 12 offsides. And they had more yellow cards than us. They had 1 shot on target and scored 2 goals. How did they have 1 shot on target but scored 2 goals and 1 wasn't? Oh, whatever. Qualifying is a great achievement. Well done, lads. 3 players got a 9. Or Kasha performance was delightful. Eduardo Luiz performance was delightful. Gracier performance was very good. Can't really give out to anybody. Catrone was the worst player on the pitch for us. And that includes Bingham making an absolute hames of a defensive error. Roma only beat Standard Liège by 2. That's less than I expected. So let's have a quick look at the teams that are already through and who are out. So, surprise team to go out so far is Borussia Dortmund, not qualifying. Porto and Ajax going out in their group. Hoffenheim getting through with Real Madrid. I said that group was going to be close, and it really was. Real Madrid dominated, only dropping points to Hoffenheim, and Ajax got absolutely shit stomped. Arsenal and Schalke going through. Inter and PSV. Inter get knocked out by Schalke. Man City, PSG go through. As I said, that was pretty much guaranteed. Surprise Benfica didn't put up more of a fight. I suppose they did win 2 games, probably both against Sion. No, Sion and Man City, and then they drew with Sion. What? They beat Man City. Mental. Madrid and Chelsea go through. Lille finished 3rd in their group. Shakhtar finishing ahead of Salzburg. That's something I didn't expect. I did expect Salzburg to be 3rd, and I thought Shakhtar would finish bottom. And AC Milan and Man United were already guaranteed their qualification spot. Just a case of who won the game on the final day, and it was AC Milan. Sevilla went to the Europa League. So that means next round draw is the 14th. So we are going to come back for the first knockout round. The fact that we left it to the last game, not ideal. I would have preferred to have sealed that a bit more in advance. Finance wise, that's done very little, to be fair. We still have a lot of money in the bank. 302 million transfer budget. Still have 1.3 million almost exactly 1.3 million in wage budget left to spend, and a projection not looking great. But that's not putting into consideration the Champions League money we're going to be getting in the not too distant future. So I think for the next episode we come back for possibly the Bochum game. We come back at the end of the January transfer window, so I can have a bit of time fiddling with the January transfers, because that needs doing. And that'll be fun, because a lot of our players are wanted by clubs. So even just looking at our first 11, Bingham wanted by Man United, Horvitz wanted by Chelsea, Man City, Inter and Real Madrid. Alexander Michaels wanted by Bayern Munich now. Eduardo Luiz wanted by Arsenal, Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. Vinicius Jr. is wanted by Tottenham and Real Madrid, so probably tell who he's going to go to. Tottenham are on the verge of sacking their manager as well, as far as I can remember. Kyle George is wanted by Man City and Real Madrid. Alpha Jr. is wanted by Bayern Munich. Vincent is wanted by Dortmund and Bayern Munich as well. Kinokin is wanted by Borussia Dortmund, which I thought was an interesting one. Didn't expect that. Dabo is going to either West Ham, Southampton, Norwich or Beijing. Sum Young Ho hasn't got any interest in him. Fabian Arp is wanted by Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Mainz, Werder Bremen, Leipzig. He ain't going nowhere. That man has a £200 asking price, or £200 million asking price. He is not leaving the club. No chance. This guy is the future of Hertha Berlin. He's a Berliner. No, he's not. I thought he was from Berlin. So close. Anyway, like I said, next episode will be after the January transfer window. We do a little bit of time to see who we're going to get on, who we're going to get rid of. I think Kyle George is probably the obvious one's going to leave. Dabo's definitely going to be leaving, and Marcos Antonio could be leaving. He has only played 5 games since he joined us. He's been bitching and moaning. To be fair, I gave him an important player contract. That was my bad. Kind of expected him to be better than Bingham at this stage, and he's not. So he's probably going to end up having to leave, and definitely won't be less than the value we paid for him. So, we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching, fellas. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.